Konnichiwa, Crispy Akiyama. Have another video talking about plugins I actually use as a full-time recording, mixing engineer, and producer. Today we're going to go over the Fearn VT-5 vacuum tube stereo equalizer, the plugin equivalent, which is the Acustica Audio Ruby 2. I found out about this EQ on a Gearspace thread, just looking up mastering EQs, and saw that Acustica Audio made a plugin version of it. So I got the demo, I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago. Ended up buying the plugin because it sounded really good, although I didn't even know what I was listening for back then. I just knew that I liked it, and very interesting. I stopped using it for, I don't know, like 6 months. I stopped using it for hella months, and I started using it again just, maybe like a month ago. I saw a video of Baines using it again, his mix with the masters, and you know, Baines uses this. Tizio, John Castelli uses a lot of Fearn and Hazel Rig equipment, and actually all three of them do. Del Becker. So this is, I mean, if you guys are like me, when you guys see a picture in a studio, you pause the video and you look at every piece of gear that they have. I know I'm not the only person who does that. So anyways, I started using this again when I was mixing a project. The Fast Sean and producer Trent Taylor project was dropped September 27th. I had the pleasure of mixing that whole project, and where this came into help is that project is very much based kind of like in the sample styling of Alchemist, where there's not always drums in the beat. Sometimes it's just the sample. And I was really studying a lot of how it was mixed, and I found out Eddie Sancho mixed that music, mixed a lot of Alchemist stuff. I started looking up Eddie Sancho. Makes sense, the guy had his start with DJ Premier, right? So of course he's an OG. But anyway, I was trying to emulate how something could have not a lot of bass, no drums, and sound so heavy and have so much weight on it. And so I was just kind of looking around, and I stumbled across the Baines mixed with the masters video. I had already watched it prior, but I had watched a clip that was posted. He was talking about how he adds 20 hertz. He'll do like a little 2 dB at a 20 hertz sometimes to add some weight. And I was like, that's very interesting. Like, you know, because when you first start, a lot of the times they'll tell you, like, I'll say, and I say they, is, you know, a lot of engineers YouTube engineers, let me say this, will say, you know, high pass everything 20 and below because you can't hear it. And so when I had got this EQ years ago, I still had some of those limiting beliefs. So as long as I had this plugin, I never boosted at 20 hertz because I'm like, why would I do that? That's insane. Long story short, boosted at 20 hertz for that Fast Sean producer Trent Taylor project that had a lot of the Alchemist style production, and it was exactly what I needed. This plugin added a weight that I was not getting from anything else in my arsenal. I have a lot of plugins. This thing did something different, and what was interesting is some of the songs I was boosting like +6, +8 dB at 20 hertz, and it sounded really good. I was very surprised, and so I adopted this into my template moving forward. Cool. So let's kind of talk about the plugin. You have a low cut, low boost. I believe both of these are shelves. You have a mid cut, which is a bell, and a high boost with an accompanying high frequency cue. Okay, I like the 16K, and I'm going to show you why I like it. They have a high cut, which operates as a filter. I love this because it creates control on the top end, and it does it in it's like creating a transparent ceiling for your high end. You know, it's like softening it. It can remove some harshness but it's creating a transparent ceiling that softens and controls your high end. And this thing is second to none in my opinion. And then for this plugin, you have the preamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the plugin in and out, and then I'm going to bring the preamp in and out, and then I'll kind of talk about the things I'm listening for.
Giving it free, my biggest mistake, started charging a fee and then raising the stakes. Minimum wages, I'm minding my business. You said that you want me, then show me you serious. All this game, your daddy never taught you that I'm coming with. Have you reading books and eating fruit, soaking sunsets, yeah. This the epitome of it. Why you wanna be an enemy of it? Freak magnet, you feel a little something? It only pull if you like how I'm coming. Can't have what you want when you running. Won't get what you need if you fronting. Won't get what you need if you lack, and you should be having. Let's make it happen. Giving it free, my biggest mistake, started charging a fee and then raising the stakes. Minimum wages, I'm minding my business. You said that you want me, then show me you serious. All this game, your daddy never taught you that I'm coming with. Have you reading books and eating fruit, soaking sunsets, yeah. This the epitome of it. Why you wanna be an enemy of it? Freak magnet, you feel a little something? It only pull if you like how I'm coming. Can't have what you want when you running. Won't get what you need if you fronting. Won't get what you need if you lack, and you should be having. Let's make it happen. Giving it.
This plugin is top tier. It's one of my favorite plugins. This thing is on my stereo bus religiously. It sounds amazing on vocals, but this is where I keep it at, is on the stereo bus. Now, without it, it sounds digitally congested. The whole mix does. And with it, it creates a space, and it creates a sheen, and it adds such a definition that I can only imagine what owning this $11,000 EQ would sound like. So now let's go through and bring the preamp in and out, because the preamp is emulating the tubes and transformers that it's hitting. I believe it's like 8 tubes. This is a massive piece of gear. I know the plugin doesn't really do it justice on showing how big of a piece of gear this is, but let's bring the preamp in and out.
Giving it free, my biggest mistake, started charging a fee and then raising the stakes. Minimum wages, I'm minding my business. You said that you want me, then show me you serious. All this game, your daddy never taught you that I'm coming with. Have you reading books and eating fruit, soaking sunsets, yeah. This the epitome of it. Why you wanna be an enemy of it? Freak magnet, you feel a little something? It only pull if you like how I'm coming. Can't have what you want when you running. Won't get what you need if you fronting. Won't get what you need if you lack, and you should be having. Let's make it happen.
Cool. So let me break down what I love about this and how I'm using it. These are the settings. These are my go-to settings. Actually, let's cap. I'll start the low end at 2 dB at 20 hertz. But this is my go-to setting right here. So I like this. It adds a nice, it just makes the low end full. This is amazing. I'll use this from time to time, but it's not as often that I'll use this. This 200 cuts on the stereo bus, money. The high frequency boost, it just adds a level of air and realness that I love. You can play around with this, see what you like. This again,
Giving it free, my biggest mistake, started charging a fee and then raising the stakes. Minimum wages, I'm minding my business. You said that you want me, then show me you serious. All this game, yo.
This, and Bane said it best, it just allows you to bring things into focus, as opposed to a song where it feels like the high end is just kind of goes up forever. You know what I'm saying? This is a way to create a transparent ceiling for that high end and soften it so you can bring things into focus. Now this right here, this preamp, what I'm listening for, I want you guys to focus on the strings, the vocals, and the growl of the bass, the upper harmonics in the bass. When I bring it in and out, and I'm going to show you what I hear and why this is so important to the whole aspect of this plugin.
Giving it free, my biggest mistake, started charging a fee and then raising the stakes. Minimum wages, I'm minding my business. You said that you want me, then show me you serious. All this game, your daddy never Why you wanna be an enemy of it? Freak magnet, you feel a little something? It only pull if you like homecoming. Can't have what you want when you running. Won't get what you need if you fronting. Won't get what you need if you lack. And you should be having. Let's make it happen.
So I love this. Like I said, this is emulating it running through the tubes and transformers, the circuitry of this beautiful EQ. The strings are the most telltale sign. You know, vocal second and the bass third, depending on what type of speakers or listening environment you're actually in. So what it does is it controls it controls the mid-range in a rich way. You know, it warms it up. I don't even like saying warms it up, but I would say it adds a richness to this mid-range. And what it does is it also naturally adds a sheen, because what happens is if you just warm up the mid-range, it can sound good, but it can sound too dark in context. This very much, like I said, it adds a richness to that mid-range, but it adds this very modern sense of sheen into it as well. And the strings, I mean, they just go from zombified to just red carpet. Like, they make you aware of their presence. Listen to it. Listen to the strings. Again, just listen to the strings.
Giving it free, my biggest mistake. Started charging the fee and then raising the stakes. Minimum wages, I'm minding my business. You say that you want me, then show me you serious. All this game, your daddy never taught you that I'm coming with. Have you reading books and eating fruit, soaking sunsets? Yeah, this the epitome of it.
I mean, I feel like even if you're just starting out in music and you're learning to develop your ears, you can hear the difference between the strings in that. So guys, like I said, you can put this other places, all Vox, drum bus. My favorite place is stereo bus. If you guys want to go through and see what it sounds like at different frequencies, you know, go through, demo the plugin. I think you get like 30-day demo with Acustica audio. I just wanted to show you guys, like I said, these videos are showing you guys how I use the plugins, what I'm listening for, and the mindset behind my engagement with these tools. So if you guys have any questions, anything you want to add, maybe you have the hardware of this and you have some tips for myself and other engineers who are going to be using this plugin, please drop them. You know, I'm curious, people who have the hardware or have been using this plugin, how do you use it? Just because this is how I use it, it doesn't make it right and the only way to use it. This is just what works for me and what I like. But yeah, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, send this to your engineer homie. Maybe you guys like to talk about EQs and compressors, and this might be a topic of your next conversation. So meantime, between time, y'all be smooth. I'm gonna tap in. All right, watch out.